So this will probably be short and sweet, but I wanted to go ahead and talk about my role and just being a general resource for individuals in Gen, but as well as connected to INBRE. There we go. Kind of what are the common barriers to study startup and what are we seeing for our investigators? And this can obviously be at Delaware, but this is what we're seeing at Nemours. So we're seeing a lot of kind of hindrances to clinical research and human subjects research going through at Nemours. So what are we seeing? We're seeing changing processes. Investigators are being unsure of where to start. Just misinformed, never informed of important steps, unsure of who to ask, a high administrative burden, being a doctor as well as then trying to handle study startup, time for communication, new institutional implementations. I'm not sure how many people here are from Nemours, but where you just got the new research suite, we just got Florence. Processes are changing constantly. Personnel changes, whether that be research coordinators, regulatory coordinators, being unsure of where to go for legal, for other resources, for the IRB, getting approval, things along those lines, and then just also a lack of staff in general. So how can we support individuals and PIs at Nemours for getting through these steps and actually getting them to approval and getting them to doing the research that they want to do. So that's where I come in. I am funded by INBRE, and my title is Nemours Regulatory and Compliance Advisor. And so kind of what do? I am here to help with all of those barriers, with study startup, IRB applications, FDA applications, helping with new team members, whether that's personnel changes or just a lack of support and a lack of study team members, guidance on those DUAs and reliance agreements, MTAs, and other things like that, ensuring appropriate staff have been assigned after study approval so that you are set up for success to be able to complete your study, helping with pilot studies as well, those human subjects forms that are needed for the application process. And then also just a general understanding of Nemours compliance processes. So to just go into more detail for this, really, if you or anyone connected to Nemours is having issues with any of those barriers that we mentioned in the first slide, or just questions and struggles in general, that's what my position was created for, to be here to help, to support PIs through that study startup process, as well as their team members, giving them mentoring and guidance. And the nice part is that if I don't have the answer to the question right off the bat, I have the time, because my time is dedicated to going and finding those answers for teams to be able to go and do that, alleviating that administrative burden, and being able to go through, to communicate, to send those emails, to connect team members with the appropriate parties, to get them through those barriers and lower them to be able to get through study startup and get them to the research that they want to be doing. So even if you're from UD or another institution, or you just want to collaborate in general, I am still here to help as long as there's a Nemours PI associated with it. So go through how to contact us. So internally, you would just reach out to mentoring at Nemours. Externally, you'd reach out to mentoring with that little ext.nemours.org. So I am here to help. And if you know anyone who is struggling, whether that's a colleague or you yourself are struggling, please reach out to these emails. Like I said, this presentation is kind of short and sweet, but there are resources for you all to get your questions answered, and to get your studies moving forward. Julianne, that's all I have. So I'm happy to take any questions as well.